これがシエラレオンブロードキャスティングコーポレーション、地元のラジオ局です。今 SLBC という地元のラジオ局にお邪魔しています。これから私も急遽出演することになりましてですね、今打ち合わせをしているところです。Thank you。こちらがスタジオです。こちらが SLBC Your Voice, My Voice。So this radio program will be aired within Kono or nationwide?
Nationwide.
Nationwide.
Yes.
I see.
Even in Guinea.
Even in Guinea.
Liberia.
Liberia too.
Well, thank you. Today now Wednesday, the 17th day inside June 2026. Now, so I can let for say Kabo and welcome to the midweek edition of this week. Good morning, Kono, from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation on FM 90.2 inside Kwedu City, Kono District, and with the broadcast live now Mount Zion. Me now una presenter Palacios Joannis Remigius Hotagwa. Inside today on edition of this week, Good morning, Kono. We send stuff for today to come up from the production text where it talks say Oda sick the ink doctor. But up to reading inside the program this morning, Divine Heritage International Academy Private School, where they tap at the old cemetery road inside Kokuma Town, Tankoro Chiefdom. We don't hold one career day program, debate and quiz competition in a bid for motivate and forget train to the ambition of the school picking for make sure say they acquire quality education. We'll get for count with interview on that inside the program this morning. So we saw inside Good Morning Kono, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education Peking Tab Initiative. Now one program where they get support from Imagine Worldwide in partnership with the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. With the host inside the program this morning, the Strategic Communication Analyst, Wina Ofane Goodings from the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School. Idenaya for Terry Wide Kono. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Good morning, my family.
Well, so inside the program this morning, we get another journalist when Yusuke Murayama, when a freelance journalist with work for Asahi Shubun, when the newspaper, the second largest newspaper inside Japan, inside the studio. Good morning and welcome to SLBC.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, all the to read and plenty one day include newspaper headlines. They all sample inside the program this morning. But for us today, join me on company. We're not Tony Sayu Mansari for somebody with the full bulletin of the news. Good morning, Tony, and welcome to the midweek edition of this week. Good morning, Kono.
Yeah, thank you very much, Palacios Joannis Remigius Hotagwa. The Kwedu Nisembo City Council will be non seal 100 of business premises them inside Kwedu City District for William in field for settle the outstanding property rate, license fee, and also other council obligations them. According to the notice where they fix the business premises them, the action they say they take them in line with section 45(1)(2)(4) and also 61 of the Local Government Act 2022. The council will warn the business people them is let them remain closed. The instruction for remain closed until the outstanding payments they will settle and caution them if anybody remove and seal them without authorization. Is say they will take criminal action against a particular person. They will punishable by a fine or imprisonment. According to the description on the notice, the talk say unauthorized removal, they say this one will result to a fine of 60 leons, 60,600 leons, or you go in prison, you go to prison, and also this one will lead to court action, or you go 6 months imprisonment. Divine Heritage International Academy, we in a private school with Old Cemetery Road inside Kokima Town, Tankoro Chiefdom District. We don't hold a career day program, debate and also quiz competition. We a bid for motivate and also picking them. We get the ambition of book learning. We acquire quality education na the school. the proprietor of Divine Heritage International Academy Private School, we name Apostle Francis Bandekui Bintel SLBC said they organized this particular activity around education for demonstrate the dedication of staff and also the school administration for make them nurture the picking them with quality education. It's not only in the classroom, it's but outside the classroom for make is then see them performance them. We actually then picking them the thing them with them don't learn and also for encourage parents them for invest in education of them picking them to you Palacios or Juan Sotakoa.
Well, plenty thank you to colleague Tony Sayuman Sari for we samba with the full bulletin of the news inside the program this morning. The program at Good Morning Kono live na the Salon Broadcasting Corporation on FM 90.2 inside Koido City, Kono District. You go direct text message to 077-948696, 077-948696. And the number this way you go direct text message. Well, Mina Palacios, Johannes Remiju Sutawa, we want to apologize to beautiful listeners that we get guested inside the studio this morning, and one of the guests is Japanese international in the studio, and we're going for change the dialect today for make sure so we'll be able to get an interview with them in Yusuke Murayama, when a freelance journalist will work for the Asahi Shimbun newspaper, the second largest newspaper in Japan. So, good morning once more. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, now people might want to know who is Yusuke Murayama.
Okay, so let me briefly explain about myself.
Yeah.
So I'm a freelance journalist working with 26 years of experience in journalism field, and I'm covering mainly the global issues, including the development and conflict and national resources and so on. And now I'm on the way to cross African continent from west to east. And I started this trip from Senegal, visited Guinea, then I'm here. And my main purpose to come here exactly in Kono.
Yeah, why are you in Kono today?
Yes, to make a news story about a UNDP project focused on human security. And actually, these 2 days I have visited many villages and conducted a lot of interviews with the villagers. And well, so my impression is enormous. So there are a lot of changes brought to the community.
You visited most of the villages in Kono district. What are some of the challenges that you have raised during your visit?
Yes. So before the project, the villagers, particularly for the women, are suffering about their daily life. For example, so one of the villages I visited, so they spend 4 or 5 hours to just making the rice ready for the cooking, to use the wood stick and pound every day. And as a result of the project, the UNDP delivered the rice mill to the village. And so they no longer spend much time for the preparation of the cooking. But it's not only the changes. What I'm surprised most is by using these rice machines, so they can generate the revenue, constant revenue. So that particular machine is serving for 27 nearby villages, and they can get cash income based on the operation of the rice machines. And that income, so the villagers use to empower women. For example, so now women have time because of the rice machines, and they spend their time to create their startup business, like to buy something and selling to the market, or purchase something in the market and selling to the others, or to use to make like mobile charger shops, or to open some small shops. So this investment needs some initial money, and the funds which the rice mill created served for their initial investment. And once their business gets better, so they will repay what they loaned, and which makes the village more lively, and women and kids and everybody are benefited from just a single rice machine. That is just for the example which I observed.
Okay, so these are some of your observations that you observed during your visit in one of the villages in Kono district. So how are you set to address those challenges?
Well, so the challenges still remain, of course, and it will be in the future as well. And I think the importance of the humanitarian empowerment project is to help those who have the commitment or will to become self-reliant, self-independent for their lives. And I was very proud and glad to see how UNDP project served that purpose, and that project is indirectly funded by Japanese government. So, and based on the concept of human security, which is to remove all the barriers for the people on the ground that face difficulties, like conflict or like infectious disease or the poverty and the environment, the problem. So take all those hazards to the people on the ground and encourage them to be self-independent.
Okay. Yeah, so let us focus on the importance of the project for the Japanese journalists, the important, the rationale, or the importance, the relevance of this particular project for the Japanese journalists.
And what I impressed, another thing is the local NGO, the civil society is very powerful here in Kono. And the project is funded by UNDP, but implemented by local partners, so-called SEND, S-E-N-D, and NMJD. So those are the organizations based and very active here. And they have know-how, how to empower the villages or the villagers. And in cooperation with UNDP and the Japanese government, so the changes has brought to the ground. So that is something I'm very surprised to see and very encouraged.
Okay, so what is the lifespan of this particular project?
What?
The lifespan, how many years does it last?
Well, another interesting point. The project was just 2 years and finished 3.5 years ago. So it was 2021 and 2. And so 3 and 4 years have passed. Actually, I imagined in the worst cases, the machines no longer workable, or the people forgot about the project already. But the reality was different. The machine still works and generates the revenue and provide the planning for the future. So based on the rice mill, that village I visited constructed a village, access bridge to the main road. And also they created a mosque and the courthouse. So now they are thinking what to do next. They are planning for the future without any support from the outside actors.
Okay.
Yeah, it means self-dependence.
Okay.
And I'm very encouraged to see that.
Okay. Since this project has been implemented, what has been the benchmark or the success stories since it has been established?
Yeah, actually that's the point. As a journalist, I may feel difficulty to how to describe the impact. Yeah, because if it is a construction of the school is there. And if it is a project of hospital, the medical equipment is there. It's tangible. But in case of this project, the most important impact is the mindset of the villagers. And as I see their mind to become independence. So I think that's the tangible result of the project. It's not the benchmark like described by the figures, but the mindset of the people.
Okay, let's talk about the impacts that the project has brought to the local people. The impacts that the project has brought to the local people.
Well, so one very tangible impact is I interviewed with a disabled woman who became whose both legs doesn't work as a result of the polio which she suffered long time ago. And when her mother died, so she went on the street to beg the money for the living. And then she get in touch with those local NGO people and had the opportunity to participate in the vocational training. And at that time, her dream was to become a hairdresser. And she trained for 6 months, and she was given the startup kit, including like hair dryers or the shampoos or all those basic items. Then she started her business. And surprisingly, after a few years, now she is the owner of 3 businesses. One hairdresser, the second mobile battery shop, and the other is small shop. And she said that she became very proud entrepreneur because of this project, and it changes everything of her life as a beggar to the owner of the business.
Okay, do you have any recommendation to UNDP regarding this project?
Well, so the project finished already, and unfortunately, the international environment doesn't allow to pour much money for the development. And I think it's the turn on the Sierra Leonean people to make this concept and experience scalable to the nationwide. And I'd like to report this story to Japanese audiences for them to think about what they can do for the future.
Okay, now what would be your expectation and messages regarding this particular project?
Well, so I think it's not only about the Sierra Leone or in Kono or in particular villages. So the concept based on the project, human security, can be used in many other countries, in many other places, or in many other occasions to focus on the people, not only for the government or nation level, but also for the people who is actually facing some difficulties and threats for the daily life. So I think it's a very good approach to remove some of those direct threats and help for the self-dependence.
Okay, well, is Yusuke Murayama, a freelance journalist working for Asahi Shimbun newspaper, the second largest newspaper in Japan. Continue to stay with us. The program is Good Morning Kono, live na the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation.